Laura Zielinski with Bronco Nation has done it again. The 2021 Ford Bronco, one drive is all it takes. It's true. It tells you that this is a true story. I hope you guys enjoy this. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and have an awesome and fantastic day. And enjoy the video. Bronco Nation, one drive is all it takes by Laura Zielinski. Now, after visiting Ford Bronco media event in Horseshoe Bay, Texas, on June the 22nd through the 23rd, it made you feel like you wanted a Bronco really, really bad. Now, up until now, the general stance has been that I'll get one. In time, I publicly voiced my desire for the Bronco here while quietly telling myself I could wait 3 years for a used one. After all, when you've been driving a $500 Jeep for the last 13 years and enjoying it, could any vehicle really be worth the depreciation? Well, I was wrong. The all-new Bronco is for me, and this is Laura Zielinski. And I would like nothing more than to have a brand new 2021 or 2022 off the lot. I would be happy waiting for the 23. Let me tell you what changed my mind. You think you're ready? Well, you're not. I've been fortunate to get some solid interaction with the Bronco already. Over the last several months, I prowled their exteriors in person, scored the design details of the interior, sat in them, drove in them, and loved every second. I knew this would be the SUV to replace my Jeep. This one is a fun vehicle capable of and comfortable and capable of a lot of fun. But can I say this? Seeing them is cool, riding them is fun, driving in them short distance has been a real treat. But none of this is going to prepare you for the off-road in depth. And that's what shifted my plans in the near future to now. The Ford Bronco Drive Week. With the production and the Broncos beginning to be delivered, it was time for the Ford Motor Company to bring in the press and the media outlets gathered in Austin, Texas area for 2-day shifts with the Bronco. We started the fair market where we could explore models and shoot trim details. Ford walked us through presentations by various team members integral to the launch names with the nation to make us well versed. The excitement and dedication to making it the Bronco what it is just awesome and evident. And let's get more into this. Now, Mark Gruber, U.S. Consumer Marketing Manager, kicked things off by talking about the Bronco underground, simply to demonstrate how long the comeback has been in motion. Without those lunchtime meetings and after work hours put in their own accord, we wouldn't be here. So close to the 6th generation ownership. And it goes on in more detail. We rotated to CADA's North American Passenger Vehicle Communication Managers, who reminded the media of the Bronco tenets: capability, open air ability, customization, simplicity, authenticity. This is were the reasons that interested us the most. Laura also noted that it is known that 75% of the 2021 Ford Bronco customers are new to Ford. Now, Eric Leffler, the chief program engineer, went over the suspension and drivetrain in keeping with the only fully 4x4 brand in America. Ford designed the Bronco to do business on the road and off-road. He covered the independent front suspension, the hydraulic stabilizers and disconnect, the one-ups Jeep's electronic option, the mid-size truck platform, the monotube position-sensitive damping shocks, as well as the induction pad. The flow starts at the upper driver's side corner of the grille and ends the induction box on the passenger side. If mud and water were to make it that far, a trap door will release it out of the bottom. The side air curtains are another protection feature of the Bronco. This time for passengers, slow rollovers won't deploy the curtains, but trigger points activated during fast rollovers while helping keep occupants from harm. Nice. Now, Mike House, the SUV program manager, discussed the modularity, and Paul Wraith, the chief engineer, was eager to explain the human interest aspect of the Bronco. This is a vehicle built for you, off real life stories, not made up customers. Lastly, Esteban Plaza Jennings, brand manager, brought up Ford's desire to make this a vehicle that can be optioned with top components on even the lowest trim, such as the Sasquatch package, and on the base. This is interesting. Very, very interesting. It's interesting to know that Ford got all these safety systems to help you in a rollover. It's got the airbags. Bronco Nation did a great job with this, and Laura did an awesome job writing this article. There's a lot more when you look at this and you look at it in detail. The Ford Bronco Drive Week, and when you read about what Eric Loeffler, the chief program engineer, said, it's awesome. It talks about how the flow starts in the upper driver's side corner of the grill and it ends in the induction box on the passenger side. If mud and water were to make it that far, a trapdoor will release it out of the bottom. The side air curtains are another protection feature of the Bronco. This time for passengers, slow rollovers won't deploy the curtains, but trigger points activated during fast rollovers will. And that's helping to keep the occupants out of harm's way. Then it was time to drive the Broncos. We were then able to pick out a Bronco to take on the 2-hour road test. From the market of Sandy Creek Marina and onto the Horseshoe Bay Resort. I grabbed the 2.3 liter 10-speed Black Diamond, wanting to test out the more basic trim. However, more basic did not mean it was lacking. I was impressed by the 4-cylinder engine. Our route was filled with elevation changes, but there was no problems for the Bronco. There was no noticeable body roll, and the handling was solid through the curves and turns. Additionally, it's one of the first vehicle designs I've come across that mimic the few blind spots of the XJs. A feature I've been committed to not giving up in my search for a replacement SUV. Other than the much more responsive pedals and the lower clearance of the Bronco versus the 2000 Jeep, I felt immediately at home in the vehicle and thrilled by its performance on the road. Once at the destination, we turned over our keys, something I think we were all sad to do, and headed over to the Texas off-roading location. There we could go through the ORX course, drive competition vehicles, on road, no comparison, and spend time with the dozens upon dozens of Broncos and accessories. The next day was trail time. 3 action-packed courses in varying levels of difficulty and practicality, every type of terrain, where my mind started locking in my order. We swapped vehicles for each trail, and I was able to take out a mix of 2 to 4-door Bronco, Wild Track, Badlands, and Outer Banks. I experienced both the 2.3 liter and 2.7 liter engine, but always the automatic transmission. Some I plan on to secure a Badlands mainly because I want options. I'm not high-speed off-roaders who wants the Baja mode and like the stabilizer bar. Disconnect options in the Badlands. Interestingly, however, the Wild Track had me guessing. If Badlands really was the time for me, even still, I could see myself owning nearly any trim, being happy. It's hard to go wrong with the Bronco. And it may even be impossible to go wrong. All you here at Bronco Nation know that technology works like a dream. And for me, the 360 cameras took the most getting used to, simply because I drive vehicles without even a backup cam. Once I got used to remembering that it was there, I enjoyed having them. Trail control was a convenient feature as we snaked the trails. One I liked more than I expected, and after recent rain, hitting those front and rear locker switches when appropriate let us leave a lighter footprint on the trail. It's just one more of the features Ford has made so easy to use in the Bronco. And that's amazing. And the recap. And the 360 cameras and everything else working. And technology working with the Bronco. And that's what Laura sums up. Driving short distance in the Bronco has been enough to convince me it has a great design and handling. Now, this is Laura's take on it. Of course, we're still within the Bronco Nation. Now, riding in the passenger seat of the vehicle with teammates Shelby Hall and Brad Lavelle, I jumped in for a chance to ride with him on a fun Haver course. It would make anyone's day, but taking it off-road yourself would change the game, even for the most already ardent order holder. If you think you love this vehicle now, just wait. Everything pales once you get behind the wheel. What an amazing SUV, and what an amazing article by Laura Zielinski in the Bronco Nation. And what an amazing rig. I mean, just take a look at this. This is amazing. It just tells you that, not that, we know that Bronco Nations work with Ford and that they're in a way, they're the marketing hand of Ford and the Bronco Nation. But basically, reading all the other reviews and going through not all the others, just a partial of these reviews, we know what she's saying is true about the Bronco. What an amazing rig. I mean, take a look at this. Even though this is a concept, and you know that door is not going to come with it, but if it did, and it probably will in the future. I mean, as the accessory lines grow and grow, and it's awesome that you could put your doors in the back, and you get the sleeves to put them in, and you still have space, and you can go for a joyride with your family and friends. I mean, it's just amazing. And of course, everything has its pluses and minuses. But I think when it's all done, the Bronco does shine, and it has a lot to offer for years to come.
Hey you guys, say Automotive Reviews. Remember, like, share, subscribe. And thanks for coming to the channel. I appreciate you. Until then, we out.